nitrous system on this 2006 Pontiac GTO. We're going to be going over everything from bottle location to the final delivery. Before we get started, this thing's filthy. Let's go ahead and wash it. Cool, so I'm gonna start off with saying this isn't no two-stage spray the house down, stacking 250 shots. This is just a entry-level nitrous setup I got going on here. Nothing too crazy, but it is a 150 wet shot. It is running off the stock fuel system, and I've never had any problems holding fuel pressure to my fuel injectors, even while spraying nitrous. So I'm gonna start off with my bottle location. Currently, I have a rear seat delete with 2 bottles mounted in the back seat. You can see the bottle heaters wrapped around one. Currently only running 1 bottle at a time. Like I said, this is single stage. I just like to have both bottles in the rear for when I'm at the track. I can switch over easy. On this billet bracket, I bought this off eBay for like $100. The rear seat slopes a little bit, so one thing I had to do was stack these washers right here. They're spacers to get my bottle at that 15-degree tilt. You want your bottle at about 15 degrees. I have a bottle heater on this one, only 1 bottle heater, and you'll notice I have this battery, this Milwaukee battery here. So what this is a Nitrous Express power adapter, so you can run your bottle heater off of that. You just slide your Milwaukee battery on there, and you can run your bottle heater off of this Milwaukee battery, and this lasts a pretty good while, about an hour. So say you're sitting in the staging lanes and you don't want to drain your vehicle's battery, you can run it off of this. And you'll notice what I have right behind that is a toggle switch. This is a 3-way switch that I added in here. So if I'm sitting in the staging lanes, vehicle's off, I can run it off the battery that way. I can have it off, or I could be running my bottle heater off the car if it's pushed forward. Pull it towards the battery to run it off the battery. Push it towards the car to run it off the car. Middle is off. I'm running a -4 line. It goes under there with all my bottle heater wiring and everything. Mounted to the bottom side of this, I have a relay. I'll drop a picture of that in right here. I have a relay, everything wired in, all mounted nicely to the bottom of this. The -4 line exits the car right about here, goes straight down, and runs up the frame rail to the front, and I'll show you where that goes in the front. As you can see, I got the bottles mounted behind me right here. And one reason I went this route instead of leaving my bottle in the trunk, number one, the trunk's not that big because the fuel tank's already back there. Number two, I looked into a remote bottle opener, but they're like over $300 for most of them. And I like to be able to just reach back there and turn my nitrous bottle on. And this presented the cheapest solution for that while shredding some weight of ditching the rear seat. And the reason I like to be able to turn my bottle on and off is I'm running such a small shot that it doesn't hurt me too much to turn the bottle off at the end of the run and purge the line dry. Because one thing I'm scared of is if I have, say, a leaky solenoid and I'm sitting here with my motor off and my intake manifold is filling up with nitrous and I go to start it, you'll get a nitrous backfire, and that's what blows your intake manifold through your hood and sends everything flying off your car. So I like to just keep it back here so I can shut it off at the end of every run, and I can turn it on right before I get into the staging lane. Couple more things I got going on inside of the car as far as the nitrous system goes. Got a big empty space for my radio here, but right here I have this switch panel right here from Nitrous Outlet. After I do my burnout box, arm my nitrous system, and I'll purge my nitrous system. This is to control the bottle heater, so this bottle heater switch has to be on, and then I select which power source I want from the rear. And this is just tied into my line lock, since I don't need a bottle opener. Flip that panel up. I have a Nitrous Outlet WinMax switch here. This will run 2 stages of nitrous. I'm currently only running 1 stage. There's a lot of information about these WinMax switches online, so I won't dive too much into it, but you can control things such as gear lockouts, which I use to make sure I'm not spraying nitrous while I'm on the 2-step. It runs off a TPS signal and a tax signal. And that's it for the inside of the car. So now let's go outside of the car, under the hood, and show you what we got going on out there. So now we're under the hood here, and the first thing I'll start off with is saying this is my dash 4 line that runs right off of my nitrous bottle. Comes right up there, ties straight into this nitrous solenoid. As close to the nitrous solenoid as possible. I have teed into it my purge solenoid, and I have my braided line running back, and I purge out of the cowl up there. From the nitrous solenoid, short nitrous line ties straight into my NOS plate system. Up top of my nitrous is my fuel line, which I just have my fuel line wrap around. Just goes under my throttle body, straight into my fuel solenoid, which is teed right off of my fuel rail. I've never had a problem with my fuel pressures while spraying nitrous at the track. I run a dual wideband system so I can monitor each bank, and I always go back and check data logs, and I've never ran lean in either bank. Behind here, I have my nitrous relay, a little fuse panel box. So all the wiring is DEI wrapped, heat treated, tucked behind the heat shield down there. And that's it for the setup. So let's check out this Nitrous dyno video and then some drag racing from my dash cam. So I just finished editing this video about the Nitrous setup, and I posted some in-dash cam videos for me at the drag races, but I figured what you guys probably want to see is me take this thing out on the street, do an NA run, say like 30 or 40 to 80, time that run, I have an app, and then do a nitrous run and retime it and see what the time difference was. 30 to 80. All right, this is the NA run. Here we go. There it is. NA run, second gear, 30 miles an hour, 5.526. Same deal on nitrous. 30 to 80. Once we get a good GPS signal, I'll go ahead and send it. My nitrous is on, lines purged, bottle pressure's 936. All right, says we're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a little rip. .922, a half a second faster, and that's... So guys, that's a wrap for this video. As you can see from the dyno video, this car did pick up 145 rear wheel horsepower on a 150 shot. Now, I was on a race fuel, and I was able to feed it a little more timing because I was on race fuel. On pump gas, I assume I would see somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 horsepower to the tire, maybe 135 horsepower to the tire gain. Some more videos coming up. I just got some suspension parts in from Australia and some drag bags, and tomorrow I'm supposed to get in the full rear bushing set. So we're doing subframe bushings, control arm bushings, as well as these springs, and it's already got a Bike King shock, and as you know, this NAS has a much better wheel and tire combo on it. So I'm hoping that this thing will not squat as much, not rebound as fast, the tire won't move without the car moving with it, and just cut that 60-foot time down and just control this rear end. What I'm probably going to do is throw the street radials on it, take it out, let's see how it launches on the street, and then we'll do the full upgrade, and then we'll see how it launches on the street again. Really, the best way to tell will be to put the slicks back on it, take it to the track, but it might be a little while before we get to do that. So, but until then, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you all. Stay safe. And